Well, this is streaming attempt number 3. I think I finally sorted out the camera problems and the audio. What I've got now is just the one camera that is now working, which I shall just switch over to. Transition to this camera. This is this one here. Looking into the station, it's my A51 phone. So hopefully that will pick up all the sounds of the trains, because the background was terrible on the last one, and it also picks me up clearly. None of the other microphones are on, they're all disabled, so the only microphone that is on is this one here now. So hopefully that will work. So just going through the different views. This is now the webcam, looking from the east down the layout, which gets a view of me here. You can see me in the background there, the top left hand corner, and gets a good view of the downward slope and the lower loop and into the east direction reverse loop. So I'll just slightly move that camera. It seems to be all right, a bit difficult. So that one's all right. So my laptop camera is okay. And the last one is my monitor camera, which I've now hopefully done a little bit better. It's a bit bigger, so hopefully on screen you'll be able to see that a little bit better. So let's see if we can actually start some trains. I'm going to bring up my trains and I'm going to start my trains. And the first camera I will need is the A51. And watch that train coming out of the station. As it comes out of the station, I hope the hell it's picking up the sound of the clackety clack like it used to. And then we can transition to the webcam as it goes around the corner. And we can watch that train going down the hill. Yes, we can. Wonderful. So already we've got things working a little bit better. Now I did do a little bit of practice just on the microphones and not running the trains. So hopefully running the trains won't make any difference to this. So we're now going to move this train on, and we're going to transition to the station camera again and watch that train come out of the station. So that's coming out of the station. We'll transition again and watch the other one will go down the inner loop of the downside track. And at the same time as that's disappearing into the distance, the train coming out of the station will go down the hill. We will also pick up train coming around now. There's a train in the distance on the right, and there's a train now coming around that will go into the loop. Hopefully it won't stall today. It will just go straight in, no stalling, lovely. So you keep that, and we shall transition back to the station. That's easy arrival. What have we got here? Yep, I've seen the arrival of the train. So everything comes to a grinding halt while they do their obligatory waits. And the next train out of the station is going to be the class 53, when the one in Lower Station North finally leaves. So I'm going to keep this commentary going, basically just to see what the sounds are like. There goes the class 43 leaving the station. So we'll just transition over to the corner cam there, watch that train going away around the inner loop, as it were. At the same time we can now watch the train going down the hill. trains going around, and we can fade again to the other one as it comes into a lower station north. This one has a bit of a jerky reaction because it's on Wi-Fi. Don't know how to cure that. No idea. So anyway, out goes the train from the lower station, the lower loop. And the class 43 will be departing in a moment, and it will trigger platform 2. Off it goes, platform 2 leaves, out the station, and we'll transition over to the other camera. Watch that train going down the inner lower loop. I always think this view is quite a nice view actually, as the trains rush away down the hill. At the same time, if we stay here a little bit longer, we'll see the class 43 entering reverse loop east, just coming into view at the bottom of the picture. And the intercity is going past in the opposite direction. Just picking those trains up now. They're both crossing each other. The platform 2 train is just parking itself in lower station north. Hopefully the sounds of the train will be picked up this time. Platform 1's train has just arrived at the lower station south. It will now head around again, and out comes the Virgin out of the station. We're just going to swap cameras, watch that train go along the inside lower loop, and we're going to stay there and watch the intercity come round for its last, not the intercity, the cross country coming round for its last loop. At the same time we can see the Virgin Pendulo go down the hill. Now the Virgin Pendulo will actually hold up the class 43 from leaving the lower loop. And I'm just going to swap cameras again, and you can see that from this picture as the Virgin Pendulo comes out of their tunnel into lower station north. Once it parks itself in lower station north, it will then release the class 43 out of the tunnel, which is exactly what's happening. At the same time, the cross country will enter the west reverse loop. Meanwhile, platform 1 has just arrived back, cross country train to platform 1. And we'll just swap cameras and watch the Pendulo go down the inner bottom loop. There it goes. Class 43 has left the lower station south, and it will appear at the very top of the picture. Meanwhile, the Chiltern's going down the hill and will be held up. It will have to stop. And the Virgin is coming around from the bottom of the picture to enter reverse loop east. Meanwhile, Chiltern is arriving in lower station north, and the class 43 is on its way back up the hill, just as the other cross country came out of reverse loop east. They're all working quite nicely at the moment. The next train to depart from Whatif terminus will be the class Cato 800, as the Chiltern triggers that train and the cross country leaves the lower stations south. Chiltern goes off and the other one's coming up the other way. Cross country, and down goes the 800. And the 800 will hold up the Virgin Pendulo wanting to depart from the lower reverse loop exit west. So that train cannot leave at this point. I'm just clicking back, you'll see the 800 coming out of the tunnel. And as soon as it stops in lower station north, it will release the Virgin Pendulo out of reverse loop exit west. At the same time, the Chiltern will enter reverse loop west. Next train to leave will be the southwest train that's triggered by the 800. We're just going to swap cameras and watch the 800 come along the inside lower level loop. Staying with this shot, we're going to see the Virgin Pendulo come from the top of the picture and the 800 entering reverse loop east in the lower picture. There it is. And the southwest train is the last train. So that one coming around, the Virgin Pendulo is now returning to the upper station, the terminus. Changing pitch angles again, you can see the Virgin Pendulo come up the hill. So we're just going to stay on this view to the east of the layout and see some trains come along the inner loop and the outer loop. The Chiltern you just saw will now continue around past lower station upstairs. In the meantime, the Class 800 will leave the lower station exit, sorry, the reverse loop exit. Hoping it won't foul on the points. The Chiltern is coming back. The last two trains on the layout. I'll just give you a picture of the monitor capture whilst that train's leaving. See, there's only 2 trains on the layout now. The southwest comes out of the tunnel. That will wait there for its obligatory 5 seconds, and then it will go round on a trip, round the outer loop, so far I haven't had a single hiccup. Oh, better touch some wood quickly. There you go, wood. Oh dear me. Calls for a slurp of tea. So that's going to come up the hill. And that's making its way back to the station. And whilst that is doing that, I can call that a success, I think. I'm quite pleased with that. It actually worked without sticking points, derailing trains, trains deciding that they're going to short out on a point for no apparent reason. So there you go. Quite a good running session. I'll leave it there and hope you are able to watch this and enjoy it. Thanks for watching.